Hello, Saxo friends. Kadrian here, the Sax Habit Coach. Now, my question to you is, when you go into the practice room, do you just start practicing or do you have a plan that you follow? What's your process? Share with us in the comments below so that we can learn your great process if you have one and be able to follow in your footsteps. Now, when I go into the practice room, I usually have a plan. I don't wonder what I'm going to practice today because it's all laid out in my planner. You want to have a plan, right? Think about it. If you are going on a trip and you don't know where you're going and you don't have a roadmap and you don't have a GPS or a compass, then you are just going to end up somewhere, right? Now, clarity usually precedes mastery, and we don't plan to fail. What we usually do, we fail to plan. And when you fail to plan, then what happens? You fail because the plan that is unwritten in your mind never really get executed. And even if it's executed, you cannot measure it because you can't measure anything that you can't track. And what gets written gets done, right? These are not my words. These are all words I've read somewhere. Okay, so what I have been doing is using a practice planner in all my practice sessions. And in a minute, I'll show you my other one. Now, this practice planner, I've gone ahead and I've created it because I'm going on a new journey come 2022. You know, the new year is just around the corner, just a couple hours away. And I know some of you will have some New Year's resolutions. Now, I don't usually make New Year's resolutions. I make goals. And so you want to plan your practice and practice your plan. So when I step into the practice room on January 1, which is going to be tomorrow, right? I know exactly what I'm going to start working on because these minor 251 phrases that I want to learn on my saxophone, I am going to be working on those through the keys. Through the keys. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to learn the same phrase in all 12 keys. That's how I have been practicing, and it's helping me to get a lot under my fingers, right? And at 30 beats per minute. So speed means the beats per minute, and the day you can put it in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. And you can put the month, and then this is your planner. Now up here we have 4 days in total, and down here we have 3 days, and then you have your notes so that you can write your feedback 1 line per day or however you feel like doing that. And so I usually practice like about 5 different technical exercises, including my repertoire in each practice session so that I can go deep with the material. And you may ask, why at 30 beats per minute? I'm going to learn these phrases in all 12 keys. So that means I have to take it slowly. I will avoid the mistake of making mistakes, which I have to correct later. In addition, within about 10 minutes or so, I can get any one of these phrases down in my head and off the sheet music, right? When I practice at 30 beats per minute, in addition to some other techniques that I use to do that. Now, you have 52 pages, so 1 page per week. And then at the back, what I've done, I have written out 5 scale shapes for you, and this is in the key of C. So you have your regular diatonic shape. So if you don't know your C major scale, you can just practice it 1 octave, going from the root all the way up to the octave to the C and back down to the root. But then you want to practice your scales beyond that, because practicing your scales in a linear form is just the dry bones of learning your scales. It's like learning the English alphabet. After you've learned the English alphabet, then you want to learn how to spell words. 2-letter words, 3-letter words, 4-letter words, and it goes on, right? And so in the key of C, you're going deep instead of going wide. So you're going to practice your thirds, all in the key of C. And then you're going to go to your triad shape, which you're going up to the triad and coming down and building the triad on E. So you're weaving your way all the way up, right? And practicing your triads on each degree of the scale. And then you're going to use some diatonic arpeggios. This is in a chordal shape. And after you've done that, then you're going to use an approach note shape. I learned this one from my mentor. And so you're going to go up and you're going to build this pattern on each degree of the scale and approach it with an approach note. And that is going to be good for you, especially when you are improvising or when you are playing your songs, etc. And so these are 5 scale shapes. This is like a template. So if you know anything about transcription, then you can transcribe these 5 shapes into the other keys. Otherwise, you'll be able to access all those on www.kadrianthomas.com in a little while. So you want to have a planner and plan your practice and practice your plan. That's how you are going to be able to map, to measure, and to see your progress over time. If you're just going in the practice room and noodling, then you're not really sure of what you can play, how fast you can play it, and so on. So right here, this is the planner I've been using for 2021, right? And so as you can see here, there are a lot of notes that I've written out here. And then these are my technical exercises that I've been practicing, right? It's just that now I have made a planner that I am going to be used because one, this is way lighter, okay? This is way lighter and I feel like I can get a lot done with it. And so I am going to be using this practice. Then I put my notes down here and so on. So you can grab one of these at www.kadrianthomas.com and you want to go shed. You want to go practice and practice those scales. If you really want to become good at playing your saxophone, especially playing by ear, you want to learn your scales. I read recently that Coltrane would spend hours and hours practicing his scales, but I don't think Coltrane was playing the scales, just playing the shape, right? He was pretty much, I think, playing in various forms and shapes, because what you want to do is know your notes and your keys in and out so that you can improvise and play anything. That's why jazz musicians are so awesome at what they do, because one of the techniques that I've learned, or one of the strategies, is that jazz musicians, they really go deep. In addition to that, they play everything through the keys. And so when you do this, when you learn this shape, you want to learn it in D flat, then your D, then your E flat, then your E, all the way up through all 12 keys. You take the thirds and you do it just the same if you really want to get good at nailing your scales and nailing whatever you're playing. So grab one of these at www.kadrianthomas.com. And as always, saxo friend, push, play until something happens. Peace.